Mic lock is on.
Hello, Steffi. I'm at home today after my outing and I'm eating chicken carbonara. Yum. Yeah, I agree. If the neighbours have been married for years, then the man should know how to treat his wife. If she's got stress issues, blood pressure issues with stress and that. And yeah, it could happen again. He needs to slow his temper down. Yeah, I've got nothing good to say about him. Other than the fact that I want to smash his face in. I want to smash his face. I think if Macy leaves, it will be better for her. I know that's really callous, it's really heartless, and it's like leave a marriage that you've had for many years, but you know, and this is going to sound heartless again, but I don't think of the emotions, I think of the physical safety of a person. And if a person is that emotionally attached to someone, even though the person is hurtful, and yet that person's putting, the victim in danger, and yet the victim is emotionally attached, that can be used to your attacker's advantage. So even though Macy loves Charlie so much, I think as much as it would offend her to leave and it would hurt her very bad, she would be physically not threatened with her safety anymore. She'd be emotionally hurt and emotionally, offended, but she wouldn't physically die. But if she stays with him and stays happy, and something else happens, it can be more dangerous than just being offended. Like, I'm offended that I don't trust the neighbours anymore, and I'm offended that they've been, suddenly gone like this yesterday, and I'm offended that they've become not trustworthy citizens as far as I'm concerned anymore. The lady I feel really sorry for, I guess I could trust her. But at the same time, for her safety and my safety, I don't want to talk to her. And Charlie, he's no longer trustworthy at all. And I'm very offended. But I'd much rather preserve our safety by not talking to them at all, even though it's very hurtful and offensive, and why did they even do this? Yeah, I'm just very upset over all this. I mean, I can't feel how they feel, I'm not in their situation, but I'm very upset over being affected by their situation. I can't just sit outside anymore. I can't sit outside with my dinner and have a nice feed. I can't open the doors and get some fresh air through the locked security screens. I can't go outside in the morning and have a cup of coffee even with Troy in front of me. I don't feel that Troy's safe outside anymore unless, just a quick run out to the toilet. I just don't feel safe. And I don't feel that Troy's very safe. The only time I feel safe is when I leave home for a few hours to go out, or when I'm locked away inside my house. They're the only times I feel safe now. Your croissants sound really yum. Your croissants, your nice buttery, yummy croissants, oh yum. Want to know the most heartbreaking thing, Steffi? And I'm very, very hurt over it. On Saturday, when I was just being nice, sharing cake out if the neighbours wanted it, and they didn't want, so I said, oh, that's cool, I just thought I'd offer it, and whether you take it or not is up to you, but I like to just share things out sometimes, it's just how I roll. It's just how I live my life. I don't have to do anything, but I love sharing things, so I just do it. And I was telling Chica, I'd rather just get along with people and be their friend, and they don't have to accept everything, they don't have to accept help all the time, they don't have to talk to me every time. Just, hello, how are you, is good enough. Accept something or don't accept something that's offered, at least we're being friendly. Yep, she agreed, everything was optimistic and positive, and sounds like I'm going really well with trying to keep the friendliness around the neighbourhood, the block of units, keep the friendliness going. And it had to go back in my face yesterday. As in, I don't think Charlie and Macy meant to throw my friendliness back in my face. I don't think it was about me. But the way they fucking acted horrible. And as in, Macy was, this is the most heartbreaking thing, is Macy was trying to get her husband to listen to her because she wanted to get, whatever affection a lady wants, hugging or nice chit-chat or consolation or something. And his usual habitual routine is that he has to go somewhere and she sits there on her own for 2 or 3 hours and gets to spend time to herself because that's what she wants. Whereas yesterday, now see, this is the thing, they had been going out every weekend. I'd been encouraging them, oh cool, I'm glad you're going out to have a good time. Oh, you're going for a holiday on the weekend. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yes, I'll take some bread rolls that you don't want. I'll put them in the freezer. They're not going to go wasted. It's okay. And yous have a good time. Don't worry about anything. We'll be right. We'll look after the units. We'll make sure your units are okay and blah, blah, blah. And oh, it was, yes, accepted, this and that and the other, and yeah, we'll be fine, and, So, I told Macy a few times, a couple of months ago, I said, I agree that you need to space apart, right, because you've been telling me this and that and the other, and she's, yeah, blah, 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 for ages. So I heard everything she said, fucking ages, and I said, so, you need to find time to just chill out and relax when you've got time. That's what, isn't that what you want to do? Like, you want to relax on your own, but you just want time, both of you, to relax. It's obviously not working at the moment. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 for another 10 hours. Totally agreed with her. Having your own space is better, and Sometimes hanging out too often is too much, and yep, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, well, isn't it good though that you can read a book and Charlie can do this and that and the other and you're still together but you're doing your own separate thing? Isn't that a nice thing? Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, yeah, exactly. So you're doing the right thing. I mean, everyone has trouble, everyone has problems, everyone needs their own space. Sometimes, God, I don't have anyone, but I need to hide from everyone and not talk to anyone for a day or two. Sometimes that's fine. And other times I can't leave everyone alone. I just have to keep talking. I know it's totally different to a marriage, but, you know, I couldn't think of another way around how to console her. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yep. And there were certain things I'm like, oh no, that's a bit scary, and I hope that, you know, you don't get yelled at too often. No, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough. You know, it happens. I just hope it, you know, doesn't get worse. You'll be fine, won't you? No, just spend time doing your own thing together maybe, instead of totally, not that you can't be separated sometimes. You know, like they say, they like to sort of go off on their own. It's like, that's not wrong. But I mean, sometimes doing separate stuff and, you know, when you're together, it's nice. Well, wouldn't you know it, but Macy and Charlie have been going out all the time and that and having a good time, and sometimes they'd have a disagreement, but yeah, they'd try and have a good time and stuff. And they'd go out and they'd do this and do that and the other, and Macy's like, oh, this is cool, she's got a husband that, you know, she needs her time away, but actually maybe a bit of affection would be lovely. Yep, have a good time, people, see you later. I would just hide from everyone sometimes pretty much, because it was on purpose, like I would just want to keep to myself. But I thought, now, if Charlie and Macy can't hear me around or anything, they can pretty much do whatever they want. How would I know? You know what I mean? How would I have a clue if I'm sleeping, or if I've gone out on the weekend and they've come home, yep, Michelle's not here. Oh, okay, what do you want? Like, it sort of influences, well, I don't know what's happening and I'm not there, so they can pretty much do whatever they fucking want to do. You know, whereas I'm home, I don't mean to hear whatever people say, but when you're home and neighbours are home, they're like, I don't want to talk in front of the neighbours, let's go somewhere. If I'm out, oh, who cares if they stay home and talk, because I'm out. And I'd go out for me too, not just because of them, but, you know. And it's like, all that was happening. Anyway, they'd have disagreements. Sometimes Charlie would go off, sometimes as in he would go like driving away, sometimes he wouldn't. Sometimes Macy would go for a drive, sometimes she wouldn't. And then yesterday, oh Jesus, really good day. How yous going? Oh, that's cool, I left him to it. Did my thing, didn't care, didn't listen. I don't need to listen to everyone else unless I'm just outside, just listening like, yeah, I'm listening to the world now, I'm outside. Inside, I'm like, I don't give a shit, you know, inside the house. Anyway, well, last night, whatever happened, I'm hearing blah, blah, blah from both sides. They're getting angry at each other. As usual, I thought, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. And Macy knew that I didn't care. As in until last night, of course, she knew I didn't care. To me, it was just what happens. And she told me that's just what happens. And sometimes she'll say, don't yell at me. Sometimes she'll yell back, but it's like, just get over it.
Mic trigger, finish.
So, next thing I know, I'm hearing the door slamming. And I'm hearing, you know, Macy was yelling, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Where are you going? What are you doing? Charlie then gets abrasive. I'm going. I'm just going anywhere. I'm going to go. And I thought, you heartless fucking skank. Macy usually wants to be left alone, and this time she wanted consolation, affection, love, whatever she needed to comfort her. And instead of saying, oh, the usual routine is being a man, my wife wants this and wants that, and so do I. Oh, she wants affection. Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay. Well, I'll be back in a minute. I'll come back straight in 2 minutes. Oh, what do you want? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, carry on like you said, And, instead, no. He had to walk outside in a huff, and then he said sorry to Chica, of all people. So, I had just finished talking on 000 at the time, and I hung up. After they hung up, they obviously heard things happening, because the last words he said was, so you're safe where you're at? I said, yeah, I think so. I think so means I can't be sure, but at the moment, yes, but maybe not in the next 5 minutes, I don't know. So I said, I think so. And they know all of that. And it's bye-bye, and he hung up, and I thought, oh, God. So then I shouted, the police are coming. Charlie then spoke to Chico again, oh, I'm sorry, no, and I said, the police are coming, like really loud. And next thing, silence. Next thing, I hear a slam of the car door and driving off, and I thought, right, this is my time to try to console somebody else's wife. Are you fucking serious? So I did try to talk her down, and it sort of worked and it didn't. She wouldn't talk to no one, she wouldn't open the door, she wouldn't even speak. And I thought, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of fucking sense if you can't talk, because, And the only thing I could consider to say, which I didn't want to say it, but I had to say, look, the police are coming to sort this stuff out to help you make sure you're okay, alright, And I just had to fucking tell her a couple of times so that she knew that it was serious. And I thought, Charlie is a stupid motherfucking heartless little cunt. Instead of saying, whoops, the wife needs this or that kind of help or attention, he decided he was going to do what she was supposedly used to, and that is to be left alone for 2 hours, because that's what she's used to. Instead of accepting that the situation never stays the same, he had to be a fucking arsehole to her, get up her, tell her that he was going to do what he was used to doing for years and not let her change it, and it was all about him. And I thought, you piece of fucking shit. And the police, when they turned up, they had him in a position where anyone could attack him, but guess who stopped anyone from attacking him? Oh, the police. They didn't let anyone touch him. Everybody knew, all of the neighbours, in the units, they all knew that if I was hanging the clothes up, taking them off the line, Macy could come near me, she could go near the car, she could sit down, she could huff, she could cry. No attacking, no hurting, no harming, but everyone knew that Charlie come near me, I'll fucking kill him. So everybody was fucking tense, yep, what's going to happen.
Mic lock, empty, mic, fin.
So, basically at that time, Macy was the only person who could walk anywhere near me and nothing was going to happen. And I had my little buzzer attached to my pocket. So if anyone came anywhere near me, it wasn't going to go off. But if they tried to attack me, it was going to go off. If they tried to attack me. I tell you what, If Charlie ever came near me, he wouldn't have to attack me. I'll get him first. He expected his poor loving wife to put up with him, but he didn't have to put up with her. Are you fucking serious? Or do what we've been used to doing for years, but you don't have to change the situation. You're not allowed to because you're a woman. I'm a man, I can do what I want. That's how he acted. And I thought, very, very little affection, affectionless, no affection. He ain't gonna see me trusting him ever again. Ever. And you know what, Steffi? I hope he gets the sack from his bus driving. I hope he gets the fucking sack. Because no bus driver wants to find out that someone committed a domestic violence against a woman who didn't fucking deserve it. Macy deserves better than that. Last night was absolutely despicable. I thought, don't ever say you're not going to need to call the cops because you just might. Anyway, I'm going to send this message now before it gets way too long. And I'll talk to you again soon. I hope you had a good sleep and I hope you're having a good day and hope your day went well yesterday. And yeah, I totally see what you mean. But, you know, Charlie is like all heartless men. They change for a week or a month or a year and they get back to the start of where they were at when they were nasty. They're usually always very nice, but then once they have a nasty episode, they don't go away, which is why I'm never trusting him ever again, ever. Dirty fucking skank. That's all I think of him. And the police did a good job of protecting him yesterday, didn't they? Charlie didn't do a very good job of protecting his lovely wife. Why the fuck would the police want to protect a cunt, a criminal? Why would the police want to protect a criminal that didn't protect his wife? It's just unbelievable. But I guess they're right. If they don't protect the criminal, we're going to become criminals to kill the criminals, you know, and it will just never go away. The cycle will get worse. So I can totally see the point of the cops, but I'm telling you, when someone makes me angry enough that I would never do something that they would do, I just don't have a choice but to feel so much like killing them or injuring them, you know. Anyway, I'm going to send this message and I'll talk to you again soon.